All right, how Americans' guns get smuggled into to the Mexican cartels? By Tommy G. No, hold on. All right, let's see what Tommy got for us today. Let's see what Tommy got for us today.
I do get firearms. I send them across the border. Make money for myself from that. Other people make money from it. Today I'm going to discuss how guns are brought from the United States into Mexico.
Would you say you have a dangerous job?
Yeah, probably the most dangerous you can have. It's literally just storing it away and sending it about its way. So my mom was in jail. I need to put food on the plate. I ended up sending it to somebody who ended up taking it to California and making money off of it, so everybody ate at the end of the day.
2009-10 was like our wild, wild west days out here where we were in chases every day.
And what are the odds someone has eyes on us right now?
Oh, pretty good, dude. These are all scout hills.
At what age would you say you officially joined an organization?
So I was about 10, 11 years old.
We spoke with a cartel member last night that alleged that one of the ways it gets through is paying off Border Patrol, paying off police.
Yeah, I would not disagree with that.
What is the cost to buy a Border Patrol agent?
$9,500.
In a good month?
9,500. Boy. Oh, hey, man, hey, get me to the border now, nigga. Get me, hey, bro, somebody get me to the border now, bro. I'm talking, hey, get me to that bitch now, boy. What? 9,500 a week? That'll be like, hey, you can come through. Hey, you come through too. What? Oh, man, hey, Trump gonna fry my ass when he find out how much money I'm racking up off the cartels. I'm gonna be under the jail. Hey, they gonna do my ass the worst way. I'm gonna be the example, bro. They are gonna be cooking my dumb ass. What? This nigga just say 9,500. Oh, fam, a week, bro. You know how many people you? Hey, if you trying to get rich real quick,
How many guns?
if you trying to get rich, so you living in a fictional store? I know, bro. 9,500 a week.
Here's a privilege.
The power Mexican cartels have accumulated is hard to fathom. With Jalisco New Generation Cartel and the Sinaloa Cartel leading the charge, these paramilitary crime syndicates have global reach. They are heavily armed, deeply connected, and absolutely ruthless. Specializing in drug trafficking, human smuggling, extortion, and more, these organizations pull in billions of dollars every year. And the United
Bro, 9,500, bro. You work 2 weeks, you have enough money to pay off rent for a year.
States plays a part in this because the ugly truth behind some of their power is American guns. Now, as Americans, we get mad about the fentanyl flooding across our border. But what about our guns that are flooding into Mexico? In this episode, we expose the pipeline. From cartel operators to U.S. gun smugglers running thousands of firearms across the border to the law enforcement agents fighting to stem the flow. These folks are the players in this deadly supply chain of power and violence. And would you believe that some of our own three-letter agencies might be involved?
Oh my
This is the
God,
story
no
of how
surprise.
American guns end
The FBI dropped off crack in the 80s.
up in the hands of Mexican cartels.
I'm just saying, 450K a year? Oh God, that bitch is expensive as what? I said expensive, bro. That's a hefty check. 456K.
What's up, brother? Good to meet you. Is it true that different people in the game are on the run right now?
Oh yeah, most of the people I know just either their people either got hit by, one of the three people that were going out there raiding people, or just had some shit happen, or some people didn't know how to do it, and they gotta go on the run. So Mexico is just the go-to right now. States are too hot. State troopers, Border Patrol up in Phoenix.
So do you have a fear that if you did a bad business transaction that someone would come looking for you?
I don't fear for my life at all.
That bitch with the flash. Oh my God. Man, I don't even know what the fuck this is. This nigga got some artillery I can't even name yet. I just got into guns, y'all, so y'all gotta excuse me. But was trying to end streaks, bruh. My fault, done. But that nigga got some exotic shit on the man. Hey, that nigga got some exotic shit on his bed. What the fuck?
In this situation is because throughout this whole business, I've been clean business. You know, I see myself as a way of just normal, civilian that's out here just trying to make money. So you're gonna have the gun itself, where the gun is.
Bro said Kyle load out ass gun. Oh God, that nigga got a loadout. He ready to crank up and
price where I can make a profit.
pop yeah too.
I'll send someone into a store to go get something from me, and I have my people that I sell it to at a pretty good
markup. Yeah.
They send it to one of their kind of workers, drivers, and just gets taken down to Mexico in like units.
So you don't physically drive across the border?
No.
All right. Is he? No, I don't fucking know. Isn't he in Mexico in the beginning, or I'm missing something? Did he say he's a gun trafficker?
A dangerous job.
So they in Arizona.
The most dangerous you can have, because you're not just dealing with, you know, legal issues, you're also dealing with territorial issues.
For those not familiar, the Sinaloa Cartel is one of Mexico's most feared and notorious drug cartels.
Nah, that's funny,
It was led
Jose.
for years by El Chapo Guzman, a ruthless kingpin famous for running a global crime empire and escaping a Mexican prison in 2015 through a mile-long tunnel. He was recaptured in 2016 and extradited to the United States.
Bro, that nigga can't even look up in jail, bro. He has to walk with his head down, bro. That nigga is a threat. Bro, imagine if that nigga could look around, he'll probably be out of United States prison now. And them bitches not. Oh, and what's that prison called that Trump is rebuilding, bro? I play on it every night on Rebirth Island. I still can't remember the name of it. But bro, what is it? Alcatraz. Bro, he's getting sent there. Bro. That nigga is getting sent there. Bro, not gonna lie, that nigga's the first nigga on the plane. His ass is on the front row seat. They gonna treat this man bro. He finna get ready to go there, bro. I'm just being honest. Y'all don't think he's going there, bro? Yo, I'm taking bets. El Chapo to Alcatraz.
Held in ADX Florence, America's most secure prison.
Even the hoods
He's
might be
locked up
cooked with him in
alongside
it.
People like infamous gang leader Larry Hoover. And the Boston Marathon bomber. And with El Chapo behind bars, Sinaloa's future has never looked more uncertain. But make no mistake that from Chicago to California, Omaha to Phoenix, the Sinaloa reach is still quite powerful.
Hey, that nigga look like he been through some shit, bro. Anytime I see a car with this like type of haircut and that type of hairline, well, you know what I'm talking about. That nigga done been through some shit. He is ready to pop your ass. That nigga is a he believes in going to work, working 50, 60 hours a week and taking care of his kids, and he pay all his wife's bills. That's the good husband, right? The second husband is the dude that does his job kind of sloppy, gets fussed at by his boss, and you know what I'm talking about. Bro, y'all know what I'm talking about. What's the word? I can't think of the word. Fuck it, I can't think of the word. I'll come back to me in a minute.
All right, folks, we have a sheriff pulling up from Pinal County. He's had a lot of experience in the field. We're going to be interviewing him as well. You have the wildest collection of patches that I think I've ever seen. We interviewed a cartel member last night.
Hey, this nigga take his job too serious, actually. I'll take back what I said.
Given the control they have in the
He take it.
He's not Sinaloa.
Ignore the sloppy part. He's sloppy and all that shit. The second part, ignore that. This nigga is perfect.
Sending it about its way.
And are you physically driving it in a car, or do you have other people do that?
No, you know, there's a chain of command and there's people that do that. You can go
Right.
into a gun store right
Gun
now,
store.
buy, you know,
They go gun store, smuggler, then
like that from
to the who he trying to get it to.
If it falls out the back of the truck, I can get it for $5.
Or go,
Do
gun store,
work for
streets,
one
then
primary cartel,
y'all know
or
what I'm
do you
saying.
freelance amongst many?
Just what?
Is there any difference in how difficult it is to do business from the Biden administration to the Trump administration?
There might be a couple hiccups, but it's all business. It's all the same. Honestly, it's crazy. I can't imagine the border right now. People are scared to go. across more than ever before. The risk and like the paranoia of it, you know, because like some of this shit is like they'll load your car up with like
20 Glocks.
and like imagine trying to drive across the border like thinking that, and then if the X-rays gonna pick you up, shit like that. I guess nerve-wracking, you know. Like, once the border got tighter, you know, things are hard to do. Get into America, you know what I mean?
Was it actually that easy as with Biden as president?
I felt like there was a lot more things coming in.
Nobody tried to drive a gun store without a strap.
Yeah.
Under the Biden administration, it was.
Hold on, did he say hold on, I was talking.
There's a lot more things coming in.
Is it noticeably more difficult now that Trump is in office?
Yeah.
Under the Biden administration, it was
Wow. All right.
a free flow of everything. The people have stopped coming across so much. I mean, we're way down. I think we were at about 7,000 to 12,000 a week, and we're at like 300 to 700 a week now.
At what age would you say you officially joined an organization?
So I was about 10, 11 years old. He was a paranoid.
There was a study done by the U.S. government from the Government Accountability Office that found that 70% of firearms found in Mexico traced their roots to America. Does that surprise you?
Wow, no.
Probably lowballing it.
Yeah, it might even be closer to 80, 90.
For sure.
What?
If anything, I feel like it would be a larger number.
Closer to 80, 90% maybe?
Yeah, probably closer to 90.
How much power do the cartels have in places like this, in Arizona?
On the American side, they are very smart businessmen, right? They don't,
Right, yeah.
They're getting a little more overt about their stuff, but you just don't have a lot of in your face like you do in Mexico, right? We don't have rolling gun battles here. Sinaloa holds pretty good control of our state. They have not given it up, and they've been here a lot of years.
Are there people in America that are officially part of a cartel, or is that only if you live in Mexico?
It's going to stretch all over the world. We'll just put it that way.
Now, according to Arizona law, these gun smugglers could face up to 10 years in prison if caught for the crime. But what's interesting to me is the same U.S. government that will hammer these guys for selling guns also like to sell a lot of guns overseas themselves. This has happened a lot of times in recent history, but let's just highlight a couple of recent examples.
Well, they're sending you to jail because they're not making money off of it. I mean, we all know that. The system is crooked, right? And it's not for you. You guys know the system is not made for you to win, especially the criminal justice system. If it was made for you to win, bro, a lot of people would be free, but that's not the case. A lot of people that commit a crime are incarcerated or locked up because it's not meant for you to win. But don't commit the crime if you can't do the time as well. But it's just not meant for you to win, bro. It's meant to put you down. Like, even if you didn't do it, bro, they're still gonna argue against you in court that you did it. So it's not meant for you to win.
Take the Soviet-Afghani conflict in the 1980s. The CIA funneled tens of thousands of guns to the Afghan fighters, the Mujahideen, to win the battle against the dreaded Soviets, our enemy at the time. Fast forward.
I switch all they ass down. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I will pop every single last one of these niggas in the picture, bro. I'm coming through, I'm spraying. Man, I'm not trying to hear shit. All these niggas are getting popped, bro. You not telling me different, bro. These young niggas is getting popped. Nah, let me quit trolling, bro. Bro, they'll switch the fuck out my head. They gonna get the blasting that bitch. I ain't gonna know what to do. I'm gonna be in a shootout. I'm gonna be ducking. They gonna be, boy, they gonna fire my ass up.
Fighters that we armed with the guns that we gave him. Some of these guys later turned into the Taliban, which was really good for the military-industrial complex because this fueled another 20 years of war and profit. And most recently, for the United States politicians and arms manufacturers, we have sent billions to Ukraine.
The GOAT! The president. I'm just playing. I don't care about politics, bro. I know that's gonna trigger people that I just call him the GOAT. That's why I did it. I don't do politics. I don't believe this guy's the GOAT. I'm not gonna speak about politics, but that was a joke. That was a joke. So don't get no ideas that I don't give a fuck who president, bro. I still gotta get up and get my ass to work. So just so you know.
In Israel, which some could say the U.S. taxpayer is indirectly responsible for the deaths of tens of thousands of people, including women and children. So while a low-level smuggler might spend a decade behind bars for moving a few rifles across the border, the corporations and politicians who benefit from this arms dealing will walk free. Because when the violence is industrialized, it's no longer a crime. It's just
what's up,
good
Oscar?
business. Is there any misrepresentation of the American media about the cartels? Like, basically that they're horrifying terrorist organizations?
It's not how they picture it though. It's so media is so brainwashed, and they say, oh, the cartel, it so runs this whole area, and if you go there, they're gonna kill you, or this and that. Yeah, the cartel might run a specific area, but as long as you're there and you're not causing no trouble, or you're not...
What I think.
Honestly,
bro,
the adrenaline.
Is it terrifying working for a cartel?
You know what I mean? If you're just there on good terms and like checking in, everything be good.
Because when the violence is industrialized, it's no longer a crime. It's just good business. Is there any misrepresentation of the American media about the cartels? Like, basically that they're...
like, bro, I got too much stuff on my desk. Every time I put my hand just down on my desk, I hit the keyboard.
It's so media is so brainwashed, and they say, oh, the cartel, it so runs this whole area, and if you go there, they're gonna kill you.
What's awkward, Jose?
Yeah, the cartel might run a specific area, but as long as you're there and you're not causing no trouble, or you're not there to steal from nobody, or just sell anything, you know what I mean? If you're just there on good terms and like checking in, everything be good.
Do you think that's a fair picture American media makes of them?
No, that's easy to label something that you can tax. We gotta take care of our own people, you know?
Hey, did y'all people he just said it's easy to label something you can tax? Leave y'all with that one.
We see cartels sending, you know, side bombers or people in the United States to go do mass shootings.
No.
Their agenda across or anything. You know, most of the things that cartels do, unless it's someone in America that's working with them and fucking over somehow, that's when they'll go after you as a person in America.
What do you think about Trump potentially labeling cartels as terrorist organizations?
That he should start here with the people on their side.
What do you think would happen if Trump tried invading Mexico or drone striking cartel operations?
Why would he?
It's not gonna be good.
Currently in the news, the U.S. and the Trump administration is considering using drone strikes against the Mexican cartels. But how do we know if these stories are biased, how they're being framed politically, if we're getting the right scoop on what we're being told? This is where the sponsor of today's video comes in.
I was new.
What they do is they pull thousands of stories across the internet and compile them, and they on the news you're receiving.
It's very, very, very much like the Italian mafia. They are very family oriented. I can tell you from the Mexican side of my family. We have family gatherings all the time. We have carne asadas. We get together and play loteria and, you know, all this kind of stuff. The difference being when they go to work, it could be to go skin somebody alive that's their enemy, you know. This road in particular is a major smuggling route, and I've had a lot of chases on this route.
And what road are we on right now?
We're on Stanfield Road. These mountaintops will have scouts on them. So all of these valleys out here can have routes where they are pushing people and product up, and they use those routes. The scouts guide the loads. When they get up here to kind of the civilization, that's when they'll hit these regular routes, blacktop routes, on the freeway, shoot up into Phoenix, because Phoenix becomes the hub.
And what are the odds someone has eyes on us right now?
Oh, pretty good, dude, because these are all scout hills.
Why is torture used so often amongst the cartels?
Pain is the best teacher.
Hey, you got your ass whooped. Hey, when you got your ass whooped when you was younger, and that motherfucker used to hurt, got you. I'm talking about, God, bro. Have you ever got your ass beat so bad that shit have you going there and thinking that I can't wait till I get older. I can't wait to be grown up. Shit like that, or it had you thinking, bro, I can swing on my mom. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm thinking, bro. Like, have your mama ever beat you so bad that you go back there, you just crying like, you wanna hurt her, bro. Y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. Bro, like, I done see some, bro. I the craziest shit I seen, bro. Now get ready, bro. Get ready to clip this one, bro. I know you're gonna clip it. But I see my cousin, man, she got her ass whooped with a cane. Gang, I'm talking, what? What? That shit not funny. That shit not funny. But oh God, gang, I put this on my life, gang. Oh, I remember something had happened at school, bro. Next thing you know, I seen my great grandma come in. Wham! I was like, damn, she just hit her with a cane? Y'all, when I tell y'all, bro, I swear to God on my life, right here on the Bible, this happened, bro. And bro, I'm gonna tell you another thing I seen, bro. Bro, have y'all ever got whooped with an extension cord, bro? Or y'all know one of those switches outside? These young niggas talking about the switch you put on the back of the Glock, nigga. Have you ever got your ass with one of them switches outside, nigga? Them motherfuckers hurt. I'm pretty sure one of them switches they got on their guns hurt too. I mean, I know that motherfucker sting. Nigga, you shooting 30 bullets in like 3 seconds, bro. You're overkill, buddy. But look, anyway, bro, swear, bro, my grandma used to make me go pick out the sticks, nigga. And get I'm talking about motherfuckers follow me with a switch in church, gang. She had a wooden stick in church, and the whole church is at like it's normal. Like what? Come on now.
Go to a runner, go to a gun store, get it. Let's say it's me. If I get flagged, okay, that's a mission that went astray. If not, how often would you send a guy like me to get it again and again and again?
I mean, I've had people that, you know, you wouldn't believe the number of stuff they got out under their name. It's really kind of strategic in a way, because the way the background checks work is it will show up as, you know, either a pistol or a rifle. It doesn't go into the system as that specific
firearm, right?
Unless the ATF is flagged and involved. You could have someone go store to store, get 5 guns in their name, just one day, clean record, all that stuff.
For you have someone in your family that has died from gun violence in Mexico.
Yeah.
Do you blame the guys in America selling the guns?
I swear, motherfucker used to get beat with the branch, bro. I'm talking, if you ain't pick up one she liked, nigga, to whoop your ass with, she was going out there to pick the biggest one. The biggest. Wham, bro. And y'all know the switch got that it's got that whoosh. Like, bro, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you swing it so hard, it's like whoosh. And that motherfucker tap your ass, it's like ouch. Like, that bitch used to, but that bitch used to hurt.
I just blame the shooter, really.
How do you feel about being involved in a business that arms the cartel?
It sounds worse than it is in a way. I mean, you think about it is, what I'm doing is basically doing what larger corporate companies have done with other third world countries. You know, Taliban has all guns made in the USA. What I do is I still make those people money. You know, the big corporate, big gun industry still gets money for me, but I also make some money myself in a way by just doing what they're already doing, but on a smaller scale. Even if I stopped what I was doing, someone would just come and fill in for me. Might as well try to make my money that way, and it's something that's happening in a whole different country.
So gun smugglers will risk prison time for a few $1,000s of profit a month. But what about the big players and what some would call them?
He said a few $1,000s of profit? I mean, bro, I guess, cause like a few thousand in Mexico will take you a long way, but I don't know. I'm lost by Tommy G statement.
Military industrial.
Cause how much does the gun smuggler make? I remember that he said that they were paying the border patrol $9,500 a month. So what does he mean a few hundred, bro? If they have enough money to pay him $9,500, he's got to be making like, you know, $150K because he's paying $9,500. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my math
Let's just look at the Russia-Ukraine war,
sense.
for example. Lockheed Martin stock hit an all-time high. Raytheon's production lines are going off the charts. Billions of dollars in weapons have flowed across the Ukraine border and across the European nations that are gearing up, looking to refill their arsenal in what has proven to be one of the biggest spending sprees in defense since the Cold War. Now, this is where the gray area comes in. Is this right? Is this wrong? Because whether you look at Ukraine, Israel, Afghanistan, one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. I don't know the answer to all this, but what I do know as a tax-paying citizen is what I've gotten out of the deal are dead soldiers, civilians, destruction, a bad reputation globally, while these companies in the military-industrial complex have reaped the profits in the billions.
Tommy G ain't lying.
Manufacturers make the guns to give to bad guys to like rape, pillage, and carnage their own countries. So I don't think that's a good way of looking at it.
What made you choose this job over anything else you could have done?
Honestly, the thrill of it in a way, and just a large interest in guns on my part. The money's there. I got lucky with, you know, finding some people. Honestly, I think this is a lot morally acceptable than drugs, safer than drugs, less corrupt, less dangerous, you know.
So my mom was in jail, I need to put food on the plate. And then once people started offering me guns for product and like tremendously, like, no product with like damn near getting a gun for free. That's really what changed my eyes, because of some kid who went and robbed a car and found this in the
What, Jose?
car, and he was scared to have it at home. So he came to me and he said he didn't want that. He'd rather have a little bit of weed.
How much weed do you think you gave him?
Probably like 7 grams. And like that same night, I ended up selling it to somebody who ended up taking it to California and making money off of it. So everybody ate at the end of the day.
2009-10 was like our wild, wild west days out here, where we were in chases every day. Load vehicles, stolen vehicles going south. So they would go to Phoenix. They could have a stolen vehicle out of West Phoenix down here within about 40 minutes. And so they would run stolen south. They would cross them over, because there's parts of the border just south of us that are just barbed wire fence like this. So they would cut that shit, drive across.
Yeah, you was dumb as fuck. Like dumb as fuck.
Mexico, load it up with dope, and then drive it back northbound under the dark of night. And so we would be out here in night chases with them, going after blacked out vehicles, chasing them through the desert, trying to get them before they got to I-8. The scouts would all coordinate their movement. So we would have counter scout operations where us and Border Patrol would work together to try and take the scouts off the hills when we knew loads were coming, so that they were flying blind essentially. And then under the last presidential administration, it was so wide open that they didn't need any of that stuff. Nobody was stopping them. So, and there were so many of them that there was just a flood of people coming through, a flood of dope coming through. Border Patrol was tasked out in all these other areas. It was like Thermopylae for us, man. I mean, we were up against, tens of thousands of people. And it's really not even our job, right? The immigration piece is not the sheriff's job, but we were stuck with a lot of this stuff. Our military was essentially teaching other countries how to defend their country, right? And
guys, we got to cover some more cartel
That's very
history,
true.
because American guns are not the only thing that the United States has contributed towards the rise and dominance of Mexican cartels. Let's take you back to the mid-90s to Fort Benning, Georgia, the School of America, where for decades and still today, this was a place where
I'm a black nigga with dreads. I get excited when I see that Glock, nigga.
American military forces were brought to practice skills in things like urban warfare, interrogation tactics, and psychological warfare. The School of Americas has since been renamed due to many former students committing various coups and human rights violations across Central and South America. Classes here are taught in Spanish and oftentimes led by U.S. Green Berets. One of the groups that was trained here was GAFE, one of Mexico's elite special forces groups whose job it was to raid high-value targets and combat narcotics operations. In the 90s, about 30 of the GAFE guys eventually defected from the Mexican military to work for the Gulf Cartel, which they later left to create their own and one of the most feared cartels of all time, Los Zetas. Now, the majority of scholars agree that this was not some CIA psyop on purpose, but rather an unintended consequence on the part of the United States. However, there are known cases of former special forces guys being put on cartel payroll to teach their soldiers and sicarios advanced tactics. Just food for thought as we look at the history of how some of these cartels came to be. What's been your biggest month in revenue so far?
I think the best run I had is I made 70K in 4 months.
How did that feel?
Amazing. I never felt that level of accomplishment before in my life.
70K.
Have you ever been visited by a 3-letter agency?
Allegedly.
That nigga said a couple of thousand a month. Yo,
one of the things you want to do with that is you want to have them
70,000 divided by 4. 17 bands a month.
What they knew about me.
Yo, is Tommy doing 17 bands a month?
Wrong.
He's probably like doing well over there. Actually, what the fuck? What am I saying?
So you kind of stayed silent and let them talk.
Yeah.
this is the Obama solution here.
So someone could be camping out here and someone's hustling a load.
Hold on, he said this the Obama solution?
Them talk.
Yeah.
This is the Obama solution here.
Travel cost smuggling in the league. I mean, the Obama solution.
So someone could be camping out here and someone's hustling a load.
Yeah, and we've had that happen where there's been people out here either hunting or just camping for a weekend, and they'll have a stolen vehicle in the middle of a chase, or run right through their campsite and blasting up here to the interstate to get away from the cops. And so this whole area is kind of, again, just like the other area, all the high points. You're going to have scouts. There's usually scouts on this hill, and there's scouts a little bit deeper in, and so they're watching of the valleys.
The cartel member we spoke with last night said that if drone strikes were taken against the cartel, we really escalated against them, there would be a ripple effect where they're going to escalate the violence here and try and. I mean, do you see that as a potential chess move that really results badly for the American citizens?
No. If they just look historically at the U.S., they would understand that that's a really stupid statement to make. I think it was Japan that woke up the dragon, right? I don't think they understand what they're saying. Like, that's fine to say, and there's a lot of machismo in that. Like, hey, if you mess with me, you come after my family, I'll come after your family. That's all fun and good, but when you go to war on the U.S., that's a whole different level of fucking with us that we're not going to put up with. And I don't think they understand the hate that would come their way if something like that were to happen.
Do you ever have sympathy for some of these guys that like, hey, while I don't agree with what you're doing, I get why you're in your own situation?
Yeah, man. I mean, again, having a wife that's Mexican, there's some of her family that are involved in some of this stuff. I don't hate them. It's family, and they're doing what they think they need to do to get by. And again, it's all circumstantial, man. What you're facing in your life and how you're dealing with it, I definitely have sympathy for that. I don't think it's right for them to do what they're doing to get their money or to get ahead or whatever, but I can't fault them for trying to get ahead and do well for their family.
People, I think, in America.
Facts. I can't knock the hustle, bro. I can't knock anybody. I can't knock nobody that's getting to the money. With this guy being the officer saying that, it's like, that shit true. I can't knock you for getting to the money, bro. I understand it's hard nowadays to really get this shit. So shout out to the ones that's trying for their family.
Media, like, it's almost like these guys are monsters. Like, are these guys just normal people in a way?
Yeah, they're normal guys and gals in the sense
the voice not matching the lips.
Standing here,
yes, it is.
Sit and have a conversation. Now, in the right circumstances, would one of them kill me if they could? Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't get real personal. They're just trying to do their thing, and so it is what it is. Man.
So you would have survived on your own from an early age?
Yeah, well, I have my sisters. Really, it was really my sisters helping to hold it down. Once I seen like the pressure put on them, it takes a toll on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the youngest of 9. When my mom was locked up and my father passed away, you know what I'm saying? It was really just me and my siblings. And my older brothers don't have papers. They're in Mexico. You get me? And one of them already died. So it's just me and my sisters, and then I have a brother who really be on his own world. So I really had to like either step in or step out. Once you get into this, like, the money is here. This is really what.
Fucking ad.
A little bit as that extra, especially now in this society where the bills take up everything, all the money you make, every day, every job you have, every dollar you make is gonna go to a bill. You get me? At least now, right here, I'm able to feed my family, pay my bills, and still, go have some fun.
Are a lot of these guys balling off of this?
If we were to catch a group right now, they look like hammered dog shit, man. They just beat up because they've been hiking for 4 or 5 days through the mountains. A lot of times they're drinking a concoction of like meth and fentanyl and cocaine, and so they're all wired up, not feeling shit.
Meth, fentanyl, and cocaine. Well, your ass gonna die, nigga. You mix all that shit together and you think you finna be alive? What, you stupid as... Your ass is good as gone. See your ass to the Lord, nigga. Cause what's this? You think you finna take meth, fentanyl, and cocaine, all 3 of them together? Your ass is done for. Your ass going to see God. Your ass got a one-way ticket to go see God. His ass is finna come visit you. His ass is ready, bro. You finna meet your maker. You finna know. What the hell? You good as gone, my boy. That shit is over with.
Rattlers and stray bullets will get you every time. So you can see there's kind of a depression here and kind of bushes and stuff like that. You can see how the grass is kind of beat down, which means there's been people in here. And then you'll start seeing the black bottles that's traditionally smuggler trash. They carry the black bottles with water all the way up from Mexico. There's parts in Mexico where they're buying all this stuff. They're buying the camouflage, they're buying the black bottles.
What goes in the black bottles?
Water. They black them out so that they're not shiny, visible.
And
so you'll see them kind of scattered throughout here. You should start seeing some of the clothing and stuff. So they've, like, by the time they get to this point, they've already been backpacking for 4 or 5 days up from Mexico. Then they get here, and this is kind of their final staging point where they will kind of hang out and wait for a ride to come get them. And so typically speaking, this is where they kind of discard their clothing, discard any trash that they have, and jump in their ride and go.
Smooth.
So they'll get in this little cut here, and you can kind of see from the grass pressed down, they'll just get in here, rest, and wait for their ride to come get them. And I mean, we're 10 yards off of Interstate 8, and so car will pull up, give a signal, they'll jump out of this spot, go load into the car real quick, and then they're off and running. One thing they did start doing too is when they know that we are onto them because of the stuff they're...
These people are really like, to map all this shit out, bro, and have this like, being this type of game, you gotta be smart and physically and mentally strong, bro. I would have been for that. Take me home. Well, that's because I'm American, and this is they hustle for money. You see how hard these Hispanic people come to America and work? It's insane, bro. They work they work harder than half these Americans. It's sad, bro. It's sad, but it's true. It's true, and it shouldn't be like that. Well, I mean, color or being American. Well, nationality has nothing to do with your work ethic. It's the person. You say that. But that should never be the case where, you know, a lot of construction workers are Hispanic. They're not like Americans. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing against them. It's just like, bro, how are, and this is a high paying job as well. It's like, how are you guys not willing to get up off your feet and do it? And these people will come to our country and seize the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's just a thought.
Leaving behind, they would start collecting
I love my Hispanics though.
Into a trash bag or whatever, and then they would have one person
got
take
plenty
it
of
off,
Hispanic
put it a couple
friends
yards away so that it didn't give away their position as much.
Do you have any opinion of the new Mexican president, Scheinbaum? Like, has she changed things at all with how you guys do business?
Money talks.
So it's business as usual. Mexico officials are being paid off, police forces are getting paid off, and business keeps going?
Yeah.
Yep.
How hard is it to bribe a police officer?
Here?
Well, yeah, I guess compare America and Mexico.
That's the same.
You can bribe people here?
Oh, yeah.
What percent of cops in border towns in Arizona would you say are in some ways paid off?
At least 3/4.
Yeah, I was going to say over 80-90%.
How much does it cost to buy a cop?
It just depends. If it's a one-time thing, you know, you throw them a couple grand. And if it's an ongoing thing, you put them on the salary, you give them, you know, 3 or 4 grand a month.
There's really that many American cops on payroll like that? We spoke with a cartel member last night that alleged that one of the ways it gets through is paying off Border Patrol, paying off police.
Yeah, I would not disagree with that. I know from the years that I've worked that we've had compromised Border Patrol agents, we've had compromised officers. So same thing, they you know, they make a lucrative offer to somebody who is not making very much money. And people compromise their integrity for that. And
have you ever had to fire somebody because you caught
people compromise their integrity, bro? Is it about integrity? Bro, you know, some things, you know, it's not about integrity. It's about, you know, doing what the fuck we gotta do to take care of our family. So you can't say I don't knock people for doing the things that they do, but then say we're gonna they're compromising their integrity. Like that's double-sided. That was double-sided as fuck. Yeah, I didn't like that. That was very double-sided.
Yep, we worked a case when I was working undercover. We had one of our guys that was involved, and we had to work a case on him and ultimately arrested him with the help of the FBI.
Now, I'm going to throw out the number he said, which I think is kind of crazy, but I want your take on it.
All right.
He said, about 60-70% of the Border Patrol and cops.
He's full of shit. Not on the U.S. side. The Mexico cops are more easily compromised,
right?
And on that side, it is the threat of violence. Because way back when we talked to a compromised Mexico police officer, and he told us it was as simple as this. I was trying to be a good local cop. I was just watching traffic and I was stopping speeders, and I got blocked in by 2 vehicles, and a guy gets in the passenger side.
Whoa.
And he said, hey, you know who I am? And he said, I knew who he was. He was a local cartel boss. And he said, hey, we want you to work for us. All you have to do is not be on this road from these times to these times, right? And the guy said, no, I'm not. I'm an upstanding citizen. I'm not part of your crew, none of that crap. They said, okay. Here's a picture of your wife and family, and we have eyes on them right now, and you basically have 60 seconds to make your choice, whether you're with us or against us, and if you're against us, then your family's going to pay the price, right? And so all I had to do was not watch this road and keep my family alive, and so it wasn't much money at all, dude. You're talking a couple grand, and for that particular time, right? We think that he had done it more than that, but you're talking a couple grand is what he had compromised himself for.
I couldn't believe and didn't quite buy the numbers that many U.S. Border Patrol agents or U.S. cops were bought and paid for by the Mexican cartels. So
I think a good percentage of them are, though. I think it's a lot of them that are bought, but
called another Sinaloa contact of mine to see if he could add some insight on those numbers. Here's what he said. Would you agree with the stat, 60 to 70% of them?
I would say like 80%. What? They either want drugs or money.
Saying so.
They don't even have a choice. If you say no to the amount of money and all that, like food, you don't have a choice. You feel me? We control you. I have a couple of them that go pick up my people and pass them over. You feel me? All you have to do is follow instructions.
What is the cost to buy a Border Patrol agent?
A week, $9,500. But remember, some of them would get a kilo, you know, some of them want some kilos, some of them want some yellow, you feel me? So some of them want money, so some of them drugs.
Even after talking to this guy, I still doubt those numbers. I feel like these guys only come in contact with Border Patrol agents that are corrupted, so in their view, all of them are. But I just can't believe that the majority of Border Patrol agents are bought. I just don't think it's true. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
What you make in a day here is what you make in a month over there. My brothers live off $150 a month. USD, let that sink in. I can make that and like eat in one cell, one gun transaction, you get me? I can make way more than that in one gun transaction and send that over right there.
He said he can make more than that.
How many guns can you get across the border?
I want to say close to 1,000.
1,000 guns?
Close to 1,000.
The cartel guy we spoke to last night.
Hey, it's a lot of guns.
In a typical month, he might be able to get 1,000 guns across the border. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's credible?
Yeah, that's absolutely credible.
Is it even possible that he's downplaying it?
Probably, yeah, because he's not wanting to get his bosses in trouble.
So you have a few runners daily going?
Yeah.
Is it with Border Patrol too? You can buy off Border Patrol?
Oh, definitely.
So like you have to, because obviously you don't just stroll up there and ask, like you have to meet him at a bar?
Nah, this is crazy.
Initiate this.
They're sent to train.
What does that mean?
They're sent to the academy.
Tell me about the clashes going on right now. Are things fairly stable, or is there a lot of battles happening?
No, right. I mean, there's always going to be, you know, a tug of war between powers.
This bid is fire.
It goes through its dormant times. Right now it's active.
The danger he's speaking of refers to the war currently happening within the Sinaloa cartel. Since El Chapo's imprisonment in 2017, the group has splintered, with 2 main factions now holding power. One is led by El Mayo, a co-founder of Sinaloa and some say El Chapo's equal. The other is Los Chapitos, led by El Chapo's sons, known for being younger, flashier, and more aggressive. Their turf war has triggered waves of violence, including this recent story detailing the deaths of dozens of teens in Mexico. And from what I've heard from sources close to the action, this fighting is not expected to end anytime soon. What attracted you to this lifestyle?
Honestly, the adrenaline.
Is it terrifying working for a cartel?
Yeah.
So as long as you follow the rules and kind of do honest business, you're kind of in good standing, there's nothing to worry about?
Yeah, you know, you do business as a man.
The one thing I wanted to fact check on to see if you had a perspective on is Trump's claim that the majority of people coming over are murderers and rapists. In my boots on the ground journalism, I found out most of the people are just looking for a factory job, fast food job. Right. They're not a murderer. Do you feel like that rhetoric was accurate or a little overblown?
Overblown.
I would say that depends on the area, dude. Because like this area right now,
okay, that's fair.
Military-aged males, all camoed out, moving up, and those males are all at that ripe gangster age, and a lot of them, when we jump the groups, they are gang members. So if you're talking this area, absolutely, he's absolutely right. This is Thugville out here, man. It's all gangsters, cartel members,
Thugville.
guys that are trying to fly under the radar. You'll have a few good people mixed in with that are really just looking for a better life. The other problem that we saw here in Arizona was a lot of these military-age males, when they got to the border and got across into the U.S., they immediately discarded their passports, any IDs, anything like that. They got rid of them, burned them, whatever they could do with them. Why the hell are you going to get rid of your ID if you're not up to something nefarious?
So it did seem sinister.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll go see border hopping off.
Or are you pretty much in it for, you know, for life?
For life, nigga.
You can step away. Easiest way to put it, you're a reservist at that point. As long as all your corners are covered, you turn into a reservist. So if you're needed and you're called up, you better show up.
How dangerous is it for you to even do this interview?
I'm risking a lot doing this. I'll put it that way, I'm risking my arm. Let's just say that.
And folks, for all the readers out there, get this book. I got the link in the description. If you want to learn more about real boots on the ground law enforcement experience, I recommend you get it. Links in the description. Power and legends of the Mexican cartels have long fascinated me, and it's my goal to cover the story in Mexico one day if I can find the right contacts to do this safely. Email me at TommyGMcGee123@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram to reach me if you think this might be you. I also wanted to remind you guys to check out Ground News because I think in this era it is more important than ever to be properly informed.
All right, another video about Tommy G and